Surprise, surprise. Hey, you guys. We are here for yet another Sunday Funday School. Praise Jesus. And today, this look is Tammy Faye Baker meets Mimi from the Drew Carey Show. What say you, Scott?
All right.
Period. Now, let us get started. Put Oreo Jr. back here, in the daycare part. And let's get started with a little bit of AB selection by Scott.
Okay.
Yes, let me get my tambourine out here.
All right. You ready?
Mhm.
All right. I got a church up in the congregation. What's happening? You and your families are invited, so go and get to clapping. Go ahead and pray for God. Pray for Him. And turn around and drop $1 in that collection plate.
Give him some money.
For Him now. God crosses shining so bright, strawberry wine for Lent on ice. Lucky for you, that's what God likes. That's what you like. Lucky for you, that's what God likes.
It almost blew back these eyelashes. Almost took one off. Period. Yeah. Okay, huh? Well, that's kind of what I named today's Sunday Funday School. And you know what? It is lucky for you. That's what God like. That's what these tales are kind of going to show us too. That's what it's going to show us too. So that's what it's going to show it. So let's get to reading. Sky, do you remember what happened last time?
Still in the desert.
We gonna be there for a while. Okay. It was 40 years. 40 years ain't a short time. Okay. So let's get now we down to what they calling men of courage. We to the men of courage portion. Okay. So we about to see some very courageous acts going on, and that is what God likes. So let's get here. This chapter is called The Promised Land. Now, you would think we were going to get to the promised land at this point, but that's not what we talking about here. We talking about still getting there. So let's get there.
Okay.
After the unaliving of the Lord's servant Moses, the Lord spoke to Moses' helper, Joshua, son of Nun. He said, huh?
Son of Nun? Didn't have parents?
No, he son of Nun, like Nun. That was a name back then.
Oh.
Probably popular, like John, or like, I don't know, Bob. Back then, that was a popular name. Nun. He said, my servant Moses is unalive. Get ready now, you and all the people of Israel, and cross the Jordan River into the land that I am giving them. As I told Moses, I have given you and all my people the entire land that you will be marching over. Your borders will reach from the desert in the south of the Lebanon mountains in the north, from the great Euphrates River in the east, through the Hittite country to the Mediterranean Sea in the west. Now, I don't know if anybody else is bad with directions, but I am horrific with directions. But luckily, they give you this big old map in the beginning of this book. So I guess they're going to be all over here because they're going to Euphrates and the Tigris, and they're going to be all over here. Scott, are you seeing where they're going to be? All right here. I think they up here. No, they in Egypt. Where's Egypt? Oops, sorry, y'all. They were down here, and they got to get all the way up here on foot. That's far. So I can see where that took 40 years.
Okay.
If you go somewhere on Greyhound, it takes a long time. And that's a bus. I will, wait. Joshua, no one will be able to defeat you as long as you live. Period. I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will always be with you. I will never abandon you. Be determined. Be confident. And make sure that you obey the whole law that my servant Moses gave you. Wait, how do we know that Moses gave him the right law? So how do we know Moses wasn't pulling no tricks or a prank?
I'm guessing God can see.
How do we know Moses wasn't a troll? Hmm. Hmm. Do not neglect any part of it, and you will succeed wherever you go. Be sure the book of law is always read in your worship. Study it day and night. That's what we're doing right now. We're making sure the book of law is read every time.
Okay.
We follow rules around here. Study it day and night and make sure that you obey everything written in it. Don't be cutting corners. God didn't tell you to cut corners. God didn't say interpret it the way you want it to be interpreted. He said follow it as it is written. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Period. Remember that I have commanded you to be determined and confident. Don't be afraid or discouraged, for I, the Lord your God, am with you wherever you go. Period. Yes, honey. So now we got the fall of Jericho. The gates of Jericho were kept shut and guarded to keep the Israelites out. Why the hell did they want to go in? Like, if you're not invited in somewhere, why would you want to go in? If they got the gates locked and shut, like, leave, go around them. Because I don't recall Jericho being the promised land.
Yeah, I don't know where Jericho is.
This might be why it took them 40 years, because they was taking probably 30 of them trying to get into a city where they weren't supposed to be. Okay, Scott's confused, but anyway, no one could enter or leave the city. The Lord said to Joshua, I am putting into your hands Jericho with its king and all its brave soldiers. You and your soldiers are going to march around the city once a day for 6 days. Okay, they doing a lot of marching. 7 priests, each carrying a trumpet, are to go in front of the covenant box. On the 7th day, you and your soldiers are to march around the city 7 times. These are very, very, are you listening, Scott? Because you're going to need to do this.
Okay.
On the 7th day, you and your soldiers are going to march around the city 7 times while the priests blow the trumpets. When they are to sound one long, then they are to sound one long note. As soon as you hear it, all the men are to give a loud shout. Ah.
Right.
You're supposed to give, you're a man, so give a loud shout.
Ah.
Ooh. Y'all give a shout out there too. Anyway. And the city walls will collapse. Then the whole army will go straight into the city. Joshua called the priests and told them, take the covenant box, and 7 of you go in front of it carrying trumpets. Then he ordered his men to start marching around the city with an advance guard going ahead of the Lord's covenant box. Excuse me, y'all. I didn't mean to do that. Joshua got up early the next morning, and for the second time, the priests and the soldiers marched around the city in the same order as the day before. First, the advance guard, next, the 7 priests blowing the 7 trumpets, and then the priests carrying the Lord's covenant box. And finally, the rear guard. This sounds like the military. They did this for 6 days. On the 7th day, they got up at daybreak and marched 7 times around the city in the same way. This was the only day that they marched around 7 times. The 7th time around, when the priests were about to sound the trumpets, Joshua ordered his men to shout, and he said, the Lord has given you the city. So the priests blew their trumpets. I want to be like the priests. I want to be like the priests. Ready, Scott?
Ready.
Okay, you got to shout when I... Are you going to be ready to shout when I blow the trumpets?
When you blow the trumpet, that's when I shout?
Yeah, because I'm supposed to blow the trumpets. I'm supposed to walk around 7 times, but I'm not getting up. My leg hurts, so I'm going to not do that. But I will blow the trumpet, and then, Scott, you got to shout so we can knock down these walls. I'm trying to get in the neighbor's house. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Boom. We just knocked down walls of something or other. I don't know. But that just happened. Okay, period. That's a reenactment of what happened that day. for y'all. We only did that for y'all. As soon as the men heard it, they gave a loud shout and the wall collapsed. See, period. Then all the armies went straight up the hill into the city and they captured it. Period. Lucky for you, that's what God liked. Luckily for the children of Israel, that's what God liked. Okay, last chapter here. Joshua speaks to the people. Joshua said to the people, honor the Lord and serve him sincerely and faithfully. Get rid of gods which your ancestors used to worship in Mesopotamia and in Egypt, and serve only the Lord. If you are not willing to serve him, decide today whom you will serve. The gods your ancestors worshipped in Mesopotamia, or the gods of the Ormorides in whose land you are now living. As for my family and me, we will serve the Lord. Period. Okay. He just tore up somebody's city. So why wouldn't you? The people replied, we would never leave the Lord to serve other gods. That's a damn lie. Y'all had a golden calf like a couple of pages ago. Y'all had a whole golden calf. What you talking about?
Well, there's nothing else.
We don't know that. I don't know that. Look, right here. Right here. They had a whole golden calf. Look, right here. They're going to golden calf. Y'all, like a couple of pages ago, this many pages ago, y'all had a whole golden calf. So of course you would. That's why God got to reiterate this. The Lord our God brought our fathers and us out of slavery in Egypt, and we saw the miracles he performed. He kept us safe wherever we went among all the nations through which we passed. As we advanced into this land, the Lord drove out all the Amorites who lived here. So we also will serve the Lord. He is our God. Yeah. Joshua said to the people, but you may not be able to serve the Lord. He is a holy God and will not forgive your sins, honey. We know. We just a couple of pages ago, okay? And then a couple of pages before that, people was getting drowned. People were getting burnt up. Whole cities were getting burnt up. One man got told, hey, take your son up there and unalive him because you like him better than me. Huh? So, yeah, either you rolling with God or you not.
You don't want to be denied.
You don't want to be denied. You don't want to do it. He will tolerate no rivals. And if you leave him to serve foreign gods, he will turn against you and punish you. This sounds like what were we just watching? Not Real Housewives. Kim is my girl. Anyway, we were watching I'm in love with a mama's boy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They sounded like the mamas on I'm in love with a mama's boy. Like one of the mamas was like, Valentine's Day is for mothers and sons. I was like, oh, that's a weird twist on Valentine's Day if I've ever heard one. But anyway, or that other mama who was like, remember the way they were getting their feet done, and she was like, y'all better come live in my house. Who go get a new house built? You need to be up in the house. And the son was like, Mom, what should me and my girlfriend do for a date? God sounded like that. Or like a crazy jealous boyfriend. He will destroy you, even though he was good to you before. Yeah, like a jealous ex-boyfriend or one of the mamas. The people said to Joshua, no, we will serve the Lord. Joshua told them, you are your own witnesses to the fact that you have chosen to serve the Lord. Yes, they said, we are the witnesses. Then get rid of those foreign gods that you have. Didn't they say that we would never? So then why y'all got foreign gods already? The children of Israel they don't understand definitions, I believe. He demanded, and pledge your loyalty to the Lord, the God of Israel. The people then said to Joshua, We will serve the Lord our God. We will obey his commandments. And lucky for them, that's what God likes. Period. Yeah, we just tore down some walls right there too. Okay, well, with that, we're going to end it there for this Sunday Funday School. What did you guys learn, if anything? Put it in the comment section. Scott, what did you learn from this particular Sunday Funday School?
What you're supposed to be learning. Better be on God's side.
Or else. Or else. What I've discovered is people will tell you one thing but be doing a whole nother thing. Because the children of Israel were like, no, we would never worship any other gods, while over there like with a whole little shrine thing just all over the place. Like, y'all know God can see you, right? Like, girl, what are we doing? What are we doing? So don't do one thing and think that people don't know that you're doing something else, because most people can tell. Like, you might think you're getting away with something and they may not say nothing, but more than likely they know you up to something, and they probably talking to other people about what you think you being slick about. So just do the right thing even when people are not watching, and that includes God. That's what integrity is. Period.
All right.
Period. Did you have anything else, Scott?
No, that was all I had.
Well, with that, we're going to bid you guys adieu. Now, I am going to come back because Scott keeps demanding it. And we're going to do one more of this. One more. Well, it'll actually be 2 chapters of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
2 chapters.
Yeah, because the first chapter is really short.
Okay.
And so we'll be back. So with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. Let me get Oreo Jr. So as always, we enjoyed having you here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed coming and hanging out with us. And so make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And wherever we are to wherever you are, peace, love, and happiness. Skid and rinky dinky dink. And we'll be back in a few minutes with, our Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But until then, we'll see you guys later.